Okay, let's get into this. Hello, you beautiful people. It's nighttime, about 10:07 p.m. But you know me, stay on the grind. So I try to get this done before the night's over. Before the night's over with. Let's do this. Got two articles to share with you. The main title of this video is this. It says here, Halo Infinite graphics are not top tier, right? Halo Infinite graphics are not top tier. But the first article I want to share with you is this. Xbox Series X games could double their frame rate at 4K with new AMD graphics tech. So, with the two articles I'm sharing with you, where it says Halo graphics are not top tier, you be the judge on that one, okay? Anyway, but from day one that I've been playing Halo always had good visuals. You know, always had good visuals. So for someone to come out now and say, "Oh, Halo visuals are not good," after Microsoft took Halo back to the drawing board and was working on it, to me this article is clickbait. Okay, it's like it's clickbait. And you know, Microsoft came out and said, you know, that during the pandemic that games that were supposed to be for the Xbox Series X and S can play on Xbox One for like the first 2 years because of the pandemic. And then one Phil Spencer said that, you know, people went on Twitter and tried to trash Microsoft for it. But then all of a sudden now, PlayStation is doing it now too. Games that are meant for PS5 can now be played on PS4. Anyway, but this article says Halo Infinite graphics are not top tier visuals, right? You see what's going on here? It's all clickbait. But anyway, let me do the first article. It says here, let me do this article. Xbox Series X games. Xbox Series X games could double their first-person shooters at 4K with new AMD graphics tech. Okay. Anyway, let me read it. It says here, early testing for AMD Fidelity FX Super resolutions look promising. It says here, AMD is bringing more graphics enhancement to Xbox Series X and S with Fidelity FX Super Resolution FSR, an anti-upscaling tool positioned as a competitor to Nvidia's DLSS deep learning super sampling. AMD show off FSR part of the Fidelity FX toolbox this week with a demo of Godfall running on an RX 6800 XT graphics card. AMD internal testing, which will need to be compared to live tests once FSR is in everyone's hand, showed a 59% FPS boost with Godfall running at 4K with ultra quality enabled. This FPS boost increase as we go down the list of quality settings. FSR also supports normal quality, balance, and performance mode, with the result for the later more than tripling Godfall FPS. FSR is on paper comparable to Nvidia's DLSS, which uses machine learning to super sample games, allowing them to run at higher resolution or higher frame rate without increasing hardware demand. If you already running games at 4K, DLSS can get you an FPS boost, and if you can't comfortably reach 4K, it can make it more feasible. DLSS is more noticeable with intensive games, and while AMD FSR uses different technologies, which notably isn't AI powered, it seems to have similar goals in mind. So it says here, when it launched on PC on June 22nd, FSR will be available for a range of GPUs and platform, including many popular Nvidia cards. AMD repeatedly stressed that it would support all modern AMD GPUs, seemingly including the chips in the new gen consoles. In a statement to IGN, Microsoft confirmed that Xbox Series X and S will indeed support FSR in the future. This follows the April release of the Fidelity FX itself on Xbox console, which gave console developers access to a range of AMD-made tools such as adaptive sharpening and a ray tracing denoisier. It says here, last paragraph, it says here, graphical enhancement like this are made available to developers, not automatically applied as blanket hardware side upgrades, so it's unclear when Xbox Series X and S will get access to FSR, when even less clear when we'll actually see its impact console games, and for that matter, given the range of FSR modes, we can't say to what degree console games will benefit. Hopefully FSR looked as good as it sounds. We can get our eyes on it sooner rather than later. And I'm going to leave a link in the description box with this article. So basically, AMD is coming out with FSR, and it's supposed to counter what Dlss is doing. So even though the Xbox Series X can already do deep learning super sampling, FSR is just another icing on top of the cake of the Xbox Series X architecture. So it should be a competitor to Nvidia's Dlss. So right now the developers, they have it, so they're like learning how to use this this new tool, and it should improve games, improve game frame rates. It already did it for Godfall, so it's going to improve. So imagine what it can do for Halo. Imagine what it can do for Sea of Thieves. Imagine what it can do for Forza Horizon. Imagine what it could do for Anthem, and the list goes on. So Xbox Series X is looking good, people. Anyway, listen to this article now. I'm gonna tie this next article with the one I just read. Listen to this. Halo Infinite graphics are not top tier visuals, says one insider. Halo fans will have something to say about that. Listen to this. This article from TweetTime, by the way. It says here, Halo Infinite upcoming E3 21 footage graphics are good, but not top tier visuals with a Battlefield style mode. Says here, Halo Infinite will enjoy a decent E3 21 reveal video during the Xbox and Bethesda E3 showcase, but we're hearing some early reports on graphics, and they're not good at all. It says YouTuber and Microsoft insider Cold Eastwood has said that Halo Infinite still look like, curse word, just more polished. Turd, I suppose. He said during his latest show, 343 will show a small feature on the campaign upgrade visual. Testers are saying that Halo Infinite looks improved, but not the mind-blowing top-tier visual we come to expect from 343 and the largest tentpole franchise on Microsoft platform. So on Microsoft's most powerful consoles ever made, and the most powerful next-gen console, the Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S, and yet their flagship franchise Halo doesn't have top-tier visual. What is going on, 343 plus Microsoft? Cole East would think that Microsoft will have a heavy focus on the multiplayer of Halo Infinite, which is said to be free to play and reportedly have a Battlefield-inspired mode that we will get a better look at during the debut. There is a rumored September 2021 launch date, which I'm sure Microsoft will confirm during the show. And it says here, Colt Eastwood added, a big emphasis for the show will be a huge, varied showcase of the multiplayer suite coming to Halo Infinite Online. A free-to-play model that will literally bring in millions and millions when the game launches in September of this year. September, I was thinking that the Halo Infinite was going to launch on the launch day of the Xbox Series X, but that's a different argument for a different day. But anyway, let me continue. It says here, there's rumors Halo Infinite will show a brand new Battlefield style inspired competitive and cooperative team-based mode with an arsenal of big vehicles and weapons across maps much larger than Halo ever had. Not a battle royale, but more like an amalgamation of battle royale, Battlefield Conquest, and full-on Halo multiplayer madness. Expect a demo for online play to release just after the event closes. And that's that. Look, you know, Halo, let me be real honest with you. I just read your article about AMD's FSR, right? FSR, and it's supposed to improve first-person shooters. It already did it for Godfall, right? Give it a 59% boost. Now, to tie Halo into the whole argument now, it's almost a year now since Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite was supposed to come out with the Xbox Series X, but due to bad visuals, they took it back to the drawing board. So, you know, 343 was busy working on it, but they were also working on Halo Master Chief Collection. So, Colt Eastwood, I've seen some of his videos before, and sometimes he can jump the gun, you know, when it comes to, you know, graphics, you know, because he can jump the gun when it comes to graphics. So to say that Halo Infinite, it doesn't have top tier graphics, I'm not buying it one bit, because if I take Halo 5 right now and put that on an Xbox One X, that game got some serious top tier visuals. The Xbox Series X is more powerful than the Xbox One X, and to come out to say now that Halo Infinite doesn't have top tier visuals, I'm not buying it. And plus, we're in the month of what? What's this? June? We're in the month of June, and we got July, August, September, October, November. I was thinking Halo would have come out around November, so they got like another 5 months. But the article is saying that Halo might come out September. But to me, that sounds like speculation. But anyway, I'm not buying this article one bit. You know, the game is not finished. They're still working on it. And then they got the AMD FSR to deal with, to add on top of that. So the graphics for Halo will be better. In my opinion, I think it will be better. It's going to be better, you know. You know, they're just trying to find that. To me, I think 343 is trying to find that balance to try to get the best out of the Xbox One hardware, whether it's the original Xbox One, Xbox One S, and Xbox One X. You know, 343 is trying to get the best out of those hardware when it comes to Halo Infinite. And then they have to do the same for the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S. So to me right now, 343 is trying to find that balance between the two, trying to get the best out trying to get the best out the Xbox One and then the Xbox Series X. But other than that, man, Halo Infinite will be good. I think, because if Halo 5 got good visuals on a regular Xbox One, or an Xbox One S or Xbox One X, then Halo Infinite should be doing should have better visuals. So we'll see around September, November, whenever they decide to release the game. But I think right now 343 is trying to get the best out of the Xbox One with Halo Infinite, but then they have to work on the Xbox Series X and S and trying to get the best out of both those consoles, because the Xbox Series S and X are more powerful than the Xbox One, Xbox One S, and Xbox One X. So 343 got their hands full. But I'm not buying that statement that Colt Eastwood made. Not buying it one bit. No, Microsoft. I believe that Microsoft will deliver on Halo Infinite. Anyway, I'm gonna leave a link in the description box with both these articles so you can see them. And nice talking to you people again. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek thing. Poor dark side. I'm gone. Peace.